I love being the villain. It's like I love going out, fighting somebody in their backyard. I love the booze. I love, I love not being home. If that makes sense. Like I love my fans. I love when I'm home and they're cheering my name. But like when I'm in like someone's home and I finish someone in their home and the crowd goes from to silent, I thrive like that. I know it makes it sound evil, but like I love being that guy.
This is Guardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. I got a guest that's zooming in. We're going to be talking about an event. It's coming up quick. You're going to want to get tickets. You're going to want to be able to watch and tune in. I'm going to let our guest introduce himself. We're going to find out what he has going on. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, guys? My name is Rob Varricchio. I go by Ruthless Rob in the cage. I'm a professional MMA fighter. I've been training for about 25 years now. So
Yeah, so you're going to be fighting on this Fury New Orleans card. When is it? And if someone hasn't seen you fight yet, what can they expect whenever they tune in?
it's I believe it's in 2.5 weeks, July 18th. If you haven't watched me fight, just look for a whole bunch of tomfoolery, smiling when people hit me. I'm a little bit of a psychopath when I'm in there, but I like to make a show. I like to have fun.
Yeah, that's what I think gets people interested. This past weekend, the UFC had an event, and there was two flyweight matches in a row, and one was
Insane.
one of the most exciting fight cards of the year, and then the other one, a great match, but people started booing.
Yep.
Because it's like they want people to go in there and swing and bang and stuff.
You know,
You said there's tomfoolery. I mean, what you got going on when you're in the cage?
like I put my hands up in the air, drop my hands. I'm talking the whole time. If he does some stupid, I'm like, oh, that was dumb. Like I slipped a kick on my last opponent, and I gave him the Matumbo. No, no, no. So I don't know what gets into me when I walk in the cage, but I turned into some kind of asshole, and it kind of works. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, July 18th. Who are you going to be locked in the cage with? What do you know about your opponent?
Yahia Riles, he's a good wrestler, JUCO wrestler. Um, he's pretty good. He fights anybody. He has no fear. So uh, I know he's a lefty. He likes to switch, but I think I have what it takes I had the game plan already to go in there and just put him out in the first round.
Where are you from and where are you at right now?
So I'm from Staten Island, New York, and right now I'm living in Harrison, New Jersey. But I've been training with the same team since I was 5 years old. We train in Jersey and Elmo Park, but I lived in Staten Island, New York, my entire life.
So you got into combat sports when you were 5. What kind of led you to start? Were you interested, or one of your parents or somebody put you in it?
It's funny. I told this story to someone else the other day. I started when I was 5 or 6. I had a really bad stutter when I was younger, like really bad, like my C's and my K's. I couldn't get them out. I was getting bullied in school, and then one day I went to like a Boston Market, which is like, you guys ever hear of Boston Market?
We used to. They pulled out of Houston, but like the
Yeah,
sandwich and
well,
it's good
they're all
chicken.
gone.
Yeah.
They're all
Okay.
gone. They're,
Okay.
they're bankrupt. But I used to love their brownies. I used to love their mac and cheese. So we're there one day, and as we walk out, like there's like a big like glass like window, and in that window there's a bunch of spinning kicks on X-ray paper, and throwing like ones and twos in the air. And I'm like, that looks dope. The owner came out, talked to us guys to train for a class, and been there since then. Took a couple of years off in my teenage years to pursue women and other sports. But I came back and then have not missed a day since.
Yeah. You said pursuing women and other sports. What else did you get into?
Yeah. I was playing basketball, baseball. I played like every sport possible. I was a very outdoorsy kid, but at the same time, I was also an introvert, so I didn't like to talk to people, but I love to play sports. So
Yeah.
I was kind of weird. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
You did martial arts kind of help you from that young age? I guess deal with those
Oh,
situations
yeah.
if you're getting picked on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I never, I never knew I had really what it took to back myself up. So when someone bullied me, I kind of just took it. Again, I was young and dumb. They taught me how to empower myself, how to stand up for myself. That if anything ever did happen, in my back pocket, I had that confidence to be able to tack on any challenge that people threw at me, any punch people someone threw at me. So I was from an early age, I knew I was okay.
Yeah. I guess at what age were you where you decided I'm gonna get in the cage? I wanna fight. I wanna do this. What?
When I was so the reason why I came back to training, so I think I took like a 2 year break. I was playing all the sports and all that, and one day my brother kept training. He trained his whole life. He was fighting in a Muay Thai kickboxing fight. I went there and I watched it and I was like, this looks dope. Looks dope. Just throwing it. People going no headgear, shin to the face. And I couldn't take my eyes off the ring. I watched every single fight. People getting up to go to the bathroom. Like I had to pee myself. I almost peed myself. I didn't want to get up. And then I just straight up, next day I want to go back to training. Back to training 6 days a week. Got my first fight at 18, and then just steamrolled it from there.
Was it immediately for MMA, or did you start with Muay Thai? Whenever you got back in there, trying to get in the
Oh,
ring in the cage.
I started with kickboxing. I started with kickboxing. I was doing a bunch of jiu-jitsu tournaments. We have a philosophy in Tiger Showman's that you don't want to go into MMA fight without having confidence in your hands and your kicks, because that puts you in trouble. So we basically ended up following the philosophy. Did some kickboxing fights, got my hands and legs sharp. Did a lot of grappling tournaments, expert, advanced, all that. Now I got Grapples Quest, won a few belts.
And what was the goal like whenever you started? And I guess what's the goal now going forward?
I want to be a champion in the UFC. I work my ass off every day. I watch some of these UFC fights and I'm like, I'm picking up on tells from watching. I'm like, I could beat these guys. Like, I could beat these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You know?
what's it like working with Fury, and do you see Fury as potentially an avenue to get to that goal?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love traveling to fight. So, excuse me. So thank you. When they told me I was going to New Orleans, I was like, yeah. And sorry again. One of my good friends, Munch, used to fight for Fury. I think he's a champ still at 155.
Yeah.
So he's a good friend of mine. We're training partners. We train on Saturdays. He's my boy. We used to grapple every single day, and being able to have that experience with him and watching him thrive in that spotlight, made me happy that I was able to transition from cage fury to fury fighting.
You mentioned Munch. So one of the places that I train personally is Peak Jiu-Jitsu with Jonathan Satava, and he used to have a school. He has Peak Jiu-Jitsu still in New York as well, but I know that John knew him as well and would always talk very highly of him, and then him fighting for Fury and stuff like that. So, dude, that's awesome. What is it about fighting out of town that you like, just being able to travel and fight somewhere else?
I love going against the hometown hero. I love being the villain. It's like I love going out, fighting somebody in their backyard. I love the booze. I love not being home, if that makes sense. Like I love my fans. I love when I'm home and they're cheering my name. But like when I'm in like someone's home and I finish someone in their home and the crowd goes from to silent, I thrive like that. I know it makes it sound evil, but like I love being that guy. Disgust the crowd.
Yeah. Have you been to Louisiana before?
No, never.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, we get out there as much as we can, but I'm excited. Fury's based out of Houston. They have events all over the state. But
I heard
it's awesome whenever they do put on things. I know they've been to Colorado in the past, and then for this in Louisiana, it's always fun to get away.
Me and my brother are staying an extra day just to kind of be able to enjoy the neighborhood, enjoy Louisiana, go out to eat a couple times. So we're excited. So
yeah, and then the UFC's there the next day for that fight as well. And so one of the things about Fury, you never know who's going to be there in attendance. Regularly there's matchmakers, personnel. Dana White may be there. They haven't announced anything, and I'm not announcing anything because I know nothing. But you never know who's going to be there. Is that in the back of your mind, or does it matter at all?
Doesn't matter to me at all. I put on a show. I know people are watching regardless. So I go out there, I do my thing, and they're in the stands. If they're not, nah, I don't feel the pressure. You know, I don't fight for people. I fight for myself. And if they like what they see, they give me a call.
Awesome. Very cool. Man, is there anything else that you would like to share or talk about?
I mean, I just want to thank everyone. You know, I wouldn't be where I am without like my training partners, like one of my best friends, Julio Arce, Lyman Good, Shane Burgos, all those guys kind of getting me super good. And then all my sponsors, dude. People keep like right now. I'm sitting in front of my my lifting gym and my PT place, my Edge Sports on a daily basis. They get me rehab and all the maintenance on my body. Lifting have transformed me, making me stronger, put more muscle on me. Thanks to Nick D and Garrett. And then I got my girl Jen. She like my massage therapist. She hits every friggin' trigger point in my body, dude. It just gets me. And my boy Mike O from Staten Island, my chiropractor, dude puts me back into place when I'm broken. Tie Gear always give me refresh equipment, and my boys down at Iridium, my boy Jason House, he's always got my back.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robert, for hanging out. I appreciate you making time. I know you're busy, and best of luck, July 18th. Fury New Orleans is going to be a banger card, top to bottom. Watch on UFC Fight Pass if you can't get there in person. Robert, again, thank you for your time.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.